Okay, so I recently published a little digital download ebook thing that I've got on my website and also on Amazon, which is called Sam Goulden's Short Game School, which is basically, and then it's subtitled Skills, Tests, and Drills to Improvement. And it's actually a pretty cool book. It's only about 20 pages long, but it just goes through and outlines some putting drills, or actually skills tests first. Some putting skills tests from 3-foot, 6-foot, 9-footers, 10 to 15-footers. And then we've got some short game shots, 5-yard, 10-yard, 15-yard pitches and chips, 20 yards, bunker shots. And we just kind of go through, and our very first initial thing that we do after we get the book, you download the ebook and you're going to print it out. In the last couple pages there are some charts. So you're going to see 4 different levels, from if you're a player trying to become tour ready, such as myself, or if you're a player that's trying to break 100, you've got these different levels from 100, 90s, 80s, and then becoming tour ready. So in the different levels, we have different kind of target scores, and there's a scoring system for your shots. So if we're talking about 3-foot putts, for instance, if you're trying to become tour ready from 3 feet, from 5 different locations around the hole, we need to be 100%. That's our target score. So we're going to hit 100 putts, those of us trying to become tour ready. We're going to hit 100 putts each time we go out, and we're going to track our results. So far I've done the putting, I've done the 100 putt drill maybe 30 times in the last 5 weeks or something. I try to do it every day. Some days I just can't do it, but my putting stats have gone from around 92% to 93% in the very beginning, all the way up to 96, 97, 98, 99%. In the last week, I've only posted one score under 96%. So when I'm playing in tournaments, and my tournament scores have been so much better as well, and that's just, I can attribute the tournament scores 100% to the drills in this book. I was shooting 76, 78, and hitting a lot of greens in regulation. And since doing these drills, now my last 4 scores, with the exception of North Carolina, my last 4 scores were even par, 1 under, 1 over, and even par. In North Carolina, I shot 77, but there were a whole slew of problems that came up for that tournament. But beyond that, the drills book is really cool. The concept for it, I kind of, after reading Dave Pell's book on the short game, I just, I thought, wow, it's such a big, important part of the game, but until I actually experienced myself playing really, really well and hitting 14 and 16 greens and shooting 76 and 78, I just, I finally was like, okay, this is legitimate. And so I went out there and I set up some different yardages for myself, and I created some scores for myself that I thought would be really hard for me to match. And it was at first. I mean, I spent, in the skills test, you just hit 10 shots from, let's say it's a 5-yard pitch shot or 5-yard chip. You hit 10 shots from there and you score it. If you're inside 6 feet, you get so many points. If you're inside 3 feet, you get so many points. And if you make it, you get so many points. And you just write your score down. But in the drills section, if you're trying to become tour ready, you have to meet a certain number of points. You have a target points. And so for myself, I don't leave that section or that shot until I reach that score. So the first time I did these drills, I spent I think I was out there on the short game area for probably 5 hours, and I didn't get past maybe 15 yards. I didn't even get to the bunker shots. Because it's just, I was just that bad. I mean, I hate to say it or hate to admit it, but I was just that bad. And I thought I was pretty decent. So anyway, long story short, the book just outlines some tests that you can do and some drills that you can do to improve your score after seeing how you do or how you perform in the test. And this is a really cool thing. I'm really fortunate that I have this simulator to practice in here, and of course I practice these outside primarily, but when I do have time to come in and use a simulator, it's great because I can hit these little shots and I can just change the target. But I've gone from this shot, I just feel like I can hold it almost, I hold this maybe 2 to 4 times out of 10, whereas in the very beginning it took me, I don't know, it took me a long time just to get 10 balls inside 3 feet. But now I get it almost every time, first try. I get 10 balls within inside 3 feet. So I produced the book kind of in coordination, or like at the same time I was just trying to make my own short game better, and then I was thinking, well, how can I help my students? What can I give them to make their short games better? And so I just kind of started doing some sample tests and found that for players trying to break 80, there was a certain range of scores you needed to get on your short game, and then up until all the way up to 100. So it's a pretty simple download. Just there'll be a link in the description. Just click that. It'll take you to my page. You can download it, or if you have a Kindle or whatever, you can download it on Amazon. It's $2 if you download it through my website. It's $3 if you get it on Kindle. At the end of the day, if you do the tests and then do the drills, it'll be the most valuable $3 or $2 that you spent. And you know, if you get the book and it doesn't help if you do the drills and it doesn't help your game, I mean, it just can't happen. I haven't had anybody get the book, do the drills, and say, I didn't need it. Because you'll see, we all think that we're pretty good around the greens, and we're just, myself included, we're just not that good. So get the book, try it out, and then give me your feedback, because I would love to hear some scores. I love getting results and hearing the scores. I've got some guys out there on the mini tours and trying to make it on the PGA Tour who I've met over the last couple of years. And they're doing these tests, and they're getting the same thing that I got. They're just, finding out that they're way worse than they thought they were, from 3 feet, 6 feet, 9 feet, 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, and from the bunker. They're finding out that their percentages are just so low. But B, after doing it for a couple weeks, they're seeing like how much they can actually improve. And so for a player, it's just great to see some light at the end of the tunnel, you know. It's almost a good thing to get a low score when you do the initial test, because then you can say, wow, okay, here's something that I can improve my score on the course by so much just by doing these drills. You know, there's no technique involved in it. You just, just get out there and practice them up to 15 to 20, 25 yards, these bunker shots and everything. You're going to, if you do the drills, you're going to get better just by doing them. So check it out, and again, leave me some feedback, because I would love to see some scores. And if you get 100% from 3 feet, if you're making 100 putts, or even the 50 putt section, you guys shooting in the 70s or hoping to shoot in the 70s, if you get 100% from 3 feet, post that on this YouTube channel, because there aren't going to be that many guys, and you should be definitely proud of it.